On this episode, we began with a rusted 59 El Camino and we finally give it a high-end gloss black paint job. But was it worth all the time, energy, and money spent to do this job? Let's find out. So this particular car had a ton of overlap panels from the factory and a lot of pinch weld seams where the 2 or 3 panels were clamped together, and then two post prongs came down and clamped the 3 panels together, the sheet metal panels, and then put voltage through it, and it actually pinch welded these areas. So all these little divots right here are all pinch welded. Well, the result of that is 2 or 3 panels that are exposed with open seams. So what they did from the factory is they used seam sealer and they just coated the big crevices of this car. The one thing that I see a lot of people forget is that every car ever produced has a water drainage designed system or runoff. So if the water comes in through the window and it runs down here, and there's a hole down here, it's just going to go right in through the interior. So we fill that with seam sealer. You've got a real clean edge like this, and then you come down here, and because this panel is completely covered with a piece of trim, we just build it up and we make sure that the water can run down right into this drainage hole, and if it's on this side, it'll run right down into this drainage hole. Now, interestingly enough, I will also tell you that the water drainage schematics of these vehicles, they all have exit points, like down on the underside of the rocker, and guys close those, and so water can't actually get out of the rocker if it were to ever get in. So here is an example of an original drainage divot right here, so water can actually escape. But we didn't have one in the rear because this was a replaced panel. So we just drilled a small 1/2-inch hole and we just kind of faired it out, and it has a nice rounded edge, and we'll paint right over that. So we're covered. If the water does continue down in through the drainage and gets into the rocker, it can at least escape. And that's another factor that's overlooked. So this product is from SEM, and it's a black seam sealer that we use on every overlapped surface from the factory. The great part about the SEM product is that it can be immediately top coated or up to 24 hours after applied. We give the El Camino body one final scuff with red Scotch-Brite, and we just check for any imperfections overall. Then we give it a good wipe down and a blow, and we are going to start masking. It's a pretty simple masking job for this one, as we don't have any existing panels or front end doors or tailgate. So we're not really worried about overspray, but we are concerned with dust prevention. So the masking really just comes in as dust prevention at this point. Call that one the stuff and muff.
All right, here we go. This is the last step before we get to spray some paint, which was an exciting day. All we're doing is just wiping down all the residual dust that we have on here and make sure there's nothing coming up. The last little check that we get to do, that I get to do, make sure there's no pinholes, any imperfections, because after this, we're not going to get to fix them, and if we do, it's going to be quite the task to do so. So, just making sure I'm looking, watching everything I'm going over, nothing jumping out at me. That way we can be fully confident in spraying this bad boy and getting that black ice all together.
We have just a tiny bit of original paint left. The other day I just decided to leave it. The red oxide primer was original, And then this color right here, this metallic green, kind of a mint green, that's the original paint. We're just gonna leave it in place. I don't know why, it just kind of feels like we should. The car has OG paint. We're going black. So Brandon throws the black sealer in the shaker, then he gets his spray gun and gives it a good wipe down and cleaning. This is super, super important. A clean spray gun is absolutely key. So then he mixes up the sealer, throws a fresh spray mask on from 3M, and we are ready to spot seal the Elko for the very first time. Once he finishes spot sealing these areas, he throws his paint suit on and the fun really begins. The Elko is going to receive one entire coat of sealer, and he starts at the back end, passenger side quarter panel, working his way around to the driver's side, finally over the roof. Once the sealer cures and sets up, we're ready for the black base coat.
Been waiting a long time for this to happen. Super excited, we're finally here. We got our sealer shot. It's curing right now, and I'm opening the base paint. I'm gonna do a little stir on it to make sure all the solids are off the bottom. Oh, that's deep. I cannot wait. It's the most satisfying part after all the work and effort. Long days, hurt muscles, skin growing back on your fingers. It is so satisfying being at this stage. All right, we're all mixed up. Our ratio on this is 1:1. I always want to make sure when you snap on your PPS cup that it's seated all the way. It's happened to me one time where the liner and the lid didn't seat properly, and you go to tip up your gun and boom, paint's everywhere. So always be cautious and double check that. It's a simple task to do, and it really takes no effort at all.
All right, it's about to go down.
Yeah.
I want to know, what are you listening to?
Actually, I'm listening to rap music.
Yeah. Okay. I had to ask, because I see you grooving.
I won. High dollar signs.
So here we go. The black base coat is finally sprayed on this El Camino after months and months of continuous labor.
Round 3, let's go.
As mentioned, Brandon's on his third round of base coat black. Once finished with the 3 coats of base, we'll transition over to the clear coat. The clear coat that we are using is from a company called BASF. This is the product here, 923210. This is the Glazerite series, one of the top of the line clear coats in the automotive refinishing industry. 4 coats of clear on this 59 Elko, and Brandon has it looking like absolute glass. What a master of his craft. He does it again.
Does it again. He does it again. 95% of painters don't do this. Like this is Brandon. 95% of painters, well, not just people, painters, you know? Alright man, how do you feel?
Oh, I'm super pumped with the outcome. That is exactly what I was looking and hoping for. I didn't let my nerves get the best of me. Told myself it's just another paint job. I'm happy with the outcome, and you know, just the teamwork to get it where it's at it's just unreal.
I really have no words for this one here, so just sit back and give this thing its final look in gloss black. Holy cow, does it look sharp. Man, now that we have a great base ground of gloss black on this El Camino, the fun really begins. Now we can work on the design of the interior, the color options, and even the wheel and tire combo. Very, very proud of the team involved that got the car to this point. So join us next week as we continue to hustle on this El Camino for the Grand National Roadster Show. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. What's up everybody, Brian from Mackey's Hot Rod Shop with our YouTube channel, Mackey and Machine. We wanted to say thank you guys for subscribing. The numbers are growing way faster than we ever expected. So a quick overview, we're giving away a box of merchandise for every new 1,000 subscribers. We bundle everybody together, we pick one number, and we send out all this merchandise straight to your door. It's just a way to say thank you, so we really appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, do so now because we're continuing our content in a hot rod shop, bicycles, motorcycles, planes, trains, boats, all of it here on Mackey and Machine. We've got a ton of new content for you guys. The best part of all, real quick, is a 1940 Ford giveaway as soon as we hit 50,000 subscribers. What do you have to do? Hit the subscribe button. That's it. We keep track of everything else. Thank you again. We'll see you on the next one.